Both the Victorian and federal governments are pushing the so-called tree change. The idea is to take pressure off capital cities and increase jobs in the regions. But in booming central Victoria, the strain seen on Melbourne services is being replicated. Kirsten Vaness reports.
I've never been homeless in my whole entire life, and it's been a very big battle. It's tested us as a family really severely, put a lot of pressure on me as a mum, and I still just can't believe we've ended up in this situation.
For the past 7 weeks, this 1970s caravan is where Rochelle Henderson and her 3 sons have called home. It's cramped, but it was her best option.
They mentioned tent to me at the housing mob in town, and I just went, no.
She now lives in her friend's backyard, but over the last few months has shifted from caravan parks to motels to even living at the local showground. Here there's still room for a visiting circus, but the showground has recently become a refuge for those squeezed out of the rental market by the housing shortage.
We take a drive into the Bendigo Showgrounds, and there's a laundromat there, and we don't have to pay, so if we haven't got any money we can just go up there and do our washing, and that's where we shower, and also we use the toilet facilities there.
Darren Fisher has also lived at the showground and now lives in the Whipstick Forest just outside of Bendigo with his 15-year-old daughter.
It's not my daughter's fault, and I'm trying to make it feel like home, because I love my daughter dearly, and I just want her to try to feel a little bit special. So, yeah.
Community groups say the number of people in similar situations is growing as housing affordability worsens, and the rate of population growth across regional Victoria is not helping.
We're almost revisiting the period of the gold rush when we had obviously massive numbers of people moving into these cities. The rates of growth in most of our regional centres for the last decade or so have far exceeded growths in any previous periods except for those very early days.
The federal government announced last week it wants to grow regional areas. Data released 2 years ago shows many Victorian towns are already expecting strong population growth. By 2036, Geelong is predicted to reach more than 300,000 people, Bendigo close to 150,000, Ballarat 127,000 and 88,000 in Shepparton.
What we've found now is that population growth is actually driving jobs. It's estimated that around about 80% of all the jobs that are being created in regional centres now are really about servicing people.
But change is controversial. In Bendigo, Vic Roads and the council